Welcome back to the channel, fam. Welcome back to the channel. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell. It's simple. Now today, fam, we're back on DealMirror, rather. I apologize. It's Sunday, November 2nd, but as you can see, it looks like they still got their Halloween sale graphics on. I am a Prime member, so for me the sale is extended. But right now, what I want to talk to you about is Wordara. So let's head over here and we'll check it out. You can see right here, I already got the extension right here. And here's what it does. It helps you create smart prompts and get better copy, right? It's basically an extension. Turn simple prompts into optimized and advanced with AI and generate better copy. So we're going to check out this demo video right here. And we're going to continue to look at the copy. So as you can see in this demo, it pretty much can work on different LLM platforms. Even Sora, Complexity, and of course Gemini. Now then, as we've seen, Wordara is an AI-powered prompt writer that helps you get accurate and relevant responses from ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and other AI tools. And that's the key right there. Here's some of the features. Smart prompt optimization. It works across all platforms. That's what we've seen in the demo video. You got custom access and templates, and I'll show you what that looks like. Instant summarizations and rewrites. Team collaboration if you're on the high enough tier. And analytics dashboard. Right, and here's some of the use cases. But what we want to talk about is the deal terms before we get into the tier pricing. Now, I am a Prime member, so I'm entitled to the 60-day money-back guarantee. But if you are not a DealMirror member, if you're a regular user, you get 30 days money-back guarantee. And you must redeem your code within 60 days of purchase, regardless. So, Tier 1, you get 200 prompts and pretty much everything else. Tier 2, which is what I'm on, you get 500 prompts, but you get also the bring your own key with OpenAI, OpenRouter, and Striker. And I'm going to show you exactly what that's looking like and why I got this. Tier 3, and this wasn't here when I originally purchased the deal. Well, actually Tier 3 was, but the next tier after, it wasn't. You get 1,000 prompts. But this Tier 4, which is new, you get unlimited prompts. And that's something they offer on their own website as a plan. It costs about $20 a month. But for $199, if you don't want to bring your own key, and if you don't have to worry about any kind of expenses whatsoever, you can pretty much just use their prompt system unlimited for $199. And here's the facts. We got the support email right here. Once again, touching on what Wordara is. And the privacy. And the team information. And show you exactly how Wordara works. But with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the website. Pretty much the same thing. It shows the demo right here. This video is embedded. We already seen the video on DealMirror, so there's no need to look at it again. We understand that it works on all major AI platforms. We've seen it. But actually, it pretty much works anywhere. But obviously, you wouldn't use this here because it's not a text box for you to type in. They even give you a little calculator to calculate your ROI based on using the tool. So I think that's pretty useful. So you can actually get a realistic use case. Like how much money would this potentially save just by using this tool? So I think this is a cool little addition that you get right here. So you can put things into consideration before you even think about purchasing. Right? And they give you different workflows. based on original prompts and the Wordara output. And just more examples right here. And here's what their advantage is saying, right? Updates 10 times faster compared to reality of working with and without Wordara, all pulled from customer onboarding data. Operational clarity, fewer rewrites, and instant distribution, right? Simple. And here's the beautiful part. Here's why I invested in Tier 2. I have OpenAI, I have Straiko, and I have OpenRouter. So when you get in this tool, this Chrome extension, you know, on this channel, options matter. And having API access, options is really coming through here, especially with Straiko and OpenRouter giving you access to tons, and I mean tons of different LLMs and styling. So to me, that's unbeatable value, specifically with Straiko. And here's what they have on their website in terms of regular plans if you wasn't interested in a lifetime deal. You know, on this channel, options matter, right? So for $5 a month, you pretty much get what Tier 1 offers, except you pay for the privilege of having bring your own API key to use. So for those of you that don't have a lot of money to spend on buying the tool, you could consider coming in at $5 a month. You get the API key, and you could just go from there. And then from there, we got the $500 a month at $10 a month, and the ultimate with unlimited, that's $20 a month. And then the annual, here's what it's looking like per year. And of course, they have the free tier, which is a beautiful thing because you get to try it before you buy it. And you know, I love tools that you could try before you buy. I do these demo videos, and I'm usually already invested in it in some manner, whether I paid for it or if it's some kind of collaboration. You know, I'm always transparent. But I told you already that I got Tier 2, so I'm already locked in with them, and I'm definitely keeping this tool. And for those of you that don't know what BYOK is, which is bring your own key, they got your own FAQs right here, so you can see exactly what's going on. But with that being said, I want to go ahead and head to the dashboard. And you can see I have 500 prompts remaining because I haven't used any of their prompts yet. I've just been using my own prompts. But even just for me, having 500 prompts a month is a lot of prompts. So even if I was drilling my API key, which would be almost impossible to do because I'm going to show you how many credits I have with Straiko, as a backup, I would still have their own credits that I could use, which is a boon in my opinion. And then we can just check out the analytics. I've just been testing it out really. But here's what the AI has been estimating, what I've saved in time and costs. And of course, custom actions. I don't have any, but I want to show you what it actually looks like. So you can go to create action, you name it, you put a brief description of what it is, you give it a category, and you can give it a tag. And pretty much right here is where you would put the prompt, and make sure you use placeholders like input, where the user input should be inserted just to make things simple, right? So, you know, I have a whole bunch of tools with different prompts and things like that. So Wordara is really going to come in handy. I could take some of those prompts, make sure I put the input, and it's going to make things simple for me personally. Just being able to just highlight and right click is going to be a beautiful thing. And of course, we can go look and see the history of some of the prompts. I have the option to export it as a JSON file or a CSV. Here's some of the prompts that I personally been testing it out. Here's the original prompt. And here's the optimized prompt. And I use Claude Sonnet 4.5 via Strico for this prompt. Here's the simple prompt, the original prompt, and here's the result. Wordara, very thorough, very in-depth. So I was just testing it out, and it came out pretty good, in my opinion. Well done. I'm really loving this tool, and just like I said, keeping things transparent. Right, as you can see, I am on tier 2, right? You use up to 500 prompts monthly. I haven't used any prompts. I'm going to use a prompt for this video. And right here is where you will put the code. Right now, this is on DealMirror right now. So if you're interested in this tool, check out the link in the description below. And make sure you check it out and see if it makes sense for you. You will put the code right here. And of course, they have the plans available here that we went over, monthly and annual. And for add-ons, they pretty much show you that you can buy extra prompts. If you just want to just use their prompting system, you have that option. You could just buy prompts, don't need to get tied into a plan. Just buy prompts and just kind of just use it as you need it, because I believe the prompts do not expire. Okay, so it seems like you need to be on a plan, because it says they're used automatically when your plan limit is reached. Okay, so hold on. It says add-ons provide extra prompts that don't expire with your monthly limit. So it would seem to be you need to be on a plan to use these, but these, once you buy these, they do not expire, which is great. So they do have teams, but once again, you need to be on Pro and Ultimate. And if we go over here, it does not mention teams, right? So don't think if you're buying this, you're going to get access to teams. One thing I got to tell you, fam, about these lifetime deals, you need to read specifically what the terms are saying. They don't mention teams or anything here. You need to go ahead and ask. Here's some reviews. Some people recently bought them. I actually have to go ahead and leave my review, because this tool is awesome, but make sure you're asking about, hey, is teams and everything available? Because as you can see here, it doesn't say anything about teams. So if you're thinking, hey, I got shortchanged or something, make sure you read the terms and conditions to understand exactly what you're buying, fam. Right? Simple. And then we can go to account activity. And pretty much I have some of these things blurred just to keep, you know, my IP and all that stuff out the internet, but shows where I logged in and certain things I did, and changing my password and where I logged in from. So it does keep a log for just security purposes, just monitoring your actions, just to, you know, if things don't make sense, you could go ahead and be like, hey, something might be going on, someone might have access to my account. And of course, you know, Chrome is what I'm using, or Chrome based browsers all the time. So we go over the settings. You can see my name and the email address and the account type, the privacy. So retention setting affects how we display your history. So for me, I said, you know, you could keep it for a year, but you can have them for 180 days, 90 days, 30 days. It depends on how comfortable you are with some of these SaaS companies having your data. You can always export your data, and you can always delete your account. And here's some more privacy information right here. And now let's go with AI providers. So we'll just let this load. Sometimes it takes a second. There it is. So we have the OpenAI API key. Strico is unchecked because I'm using it. I don't know why this is unchecked, because I'm not using OpenRouter. But then again, it doesn't matter, because I have access to it. I have all my keys saved, and these are the models that's available with OpenAI, and these are the models that are available with Strico. Just a insane amount. But if you think Strico's insane, check out OpenRouter. It is absolutely insane, the amount of options you have with OpenRouter. It's not even a competition. The only difference is with Open Router, I'm using real cash, right? You got to go ahead and put the gas in that car to make it go vroom, right? But with Strico, I'm gonna show you why I prefer Strico, right? And shout out Strico, love Strico. The new month just hit, so I just had like 700,000 coins right here. Let's check this out, right? So as you can see, Saturday, my monthly balance just recharged because I tapped into a lifetime deal with Strico. So as you can see, I got all these coins right here. And then you see Strico keeps a record of all the transactions, so you can see it. Claude Son is what I've been using, right? So shout out Strico. Just want to give you guys that, transparency right there. But yeah, I mean, enough of all the showing you how everything is and the price and everything. That's pretty much covered, right, fam? So I'm sure you're like, well, that's cool and all, but let's actually see the tool in action. And I respect that. So let's begin. Let's see how it works here. I am using Comet. So let's actually it's Paris Beach. I don't know why Paris Beach is not working right now. So Paris Beach is not working. I gotta type it out. Or rather, I don't. I could just use the mic right here. Write a 1,000 word article on affiliate marketing. So that didn't work. That's fine. I know you see me already do this, but I want you to see it in action, not just the history. So it seems like with Perplexity, at least with Comet, I'm not getting the pop-up. And that just seems like a minor bug, because I'm not sure if it's because it's Comet or because it's Perplexity, because we've seen in the demo it works on Perplexity. But if it is a bug, I'll just let the developer know that, hey, there's a bug here, and I think you need to look into it for people that use Comet, because I use Comet and I use Genspark. But also, before I even go over to ChatGPT or Gemini to show you, I do want to show you the extension over here. You see my name and the plan that I'm on and my email address and the usage and the prompts. And of course, we can go to the full dashboard, log out, and it shows the history right here. So this is a well-crafted Chrome extension. And of course, you could put websites to block where you don't want it to have access to do any of these things at all. Right now, I'm just leaving it as it is and letting it do its thing everywhere. So you have default actions where you can improve, simplify, rephrase, grammar, friendly, explain, improve, a bunch of things, and you can add them as you see fit. So I'm using Strico. So you can see right here, these are the models, some of the models that I've chosen. And then Wordara, they have their own models as well. I think it's only right that we choose both, just so you can see. I think it'll be fair review if I choose Wordara. So I'll just use their prompts, their prompt system here, so you can see how theirs work. And then I'll just show you one of mine, because the prompts I've been showing you is just all been Strico and using Claude. But we'll go with GPT first. And we'll go into Chat. Well, we can go into Claude. Claude is the only one I don't have a subscription for. But I may end up picking it up because it's one of the best ones. And you can see right there. We can pick whichever one we want. and it's going to use ChatGPT to improve this prompt. And I just want to show you the differences in each prompt. So this is the improved prompt made by ChatGPT. It really comes down to whatever your preference is for the LLM. But this is the ChatGPT improved version. Right, then we can go over to Wordara, and you can see I should have deducted credit on that, and that's fine. We'll go over to settings. We'll go over to Claude, and we'll definitely just do it. We'll just continue with improving the prompt. Just so you can see the different LLMs do things differently. And I love the fact that it is an instant. It feels like it's actually taking its time to go through these actual steps to make sure it gives you a fully optimized prompt. And you can tell that it's a different LLM doing it. So I don't think there's any need for me to go through each and every one. I showed you ChatGPT and I showed you Claude. But I think that's going to do it for this video. And you can see I'm on a free plan. But let me know what your thoughts are on Wordara. In my opinion, it gets 2 thumbs up. It is a go. Just for the sake of making things simple. You pretty much write out a simple prompt, you highlight it, you let Wordara do its thing, and you have an optimized prompt every time. Bring your own key is a go. The fact that you can get unlimited prompts right now at the time of this video is a go. For $200 and you ain't never got to worry about optimizing your prompts ever again. That's a steal. Other services, sometimes you may have to wait, or you're only limited to certain LLMs. And you know I'm a big fan of Pismo. But Pismo uses GPT-4 Mini, and that's just fine, in my opinion. But this, even if you just use just what they offer, I just want to remind you, the options that you get ChatGPT, you get Claude, you get DeepSeek, and you get Gemini, you get GPT OSS. So you get a lot of options right there, including from Claude, which is, one of my favorites, if not my favorite in terms of creating content. So definitely a go. 2 thumbs up from me. Drop your thoughts in the comment below. Like and share the video, fam. Wordara, valid. So with that being said, I'm gonna end the video right here. And this is Brian, the introverted marketer. And it ain't hard to tell, it's simple. I'll catch y'all in the next video, fam. Peace.